Transition from interior to exterior piping at approximately 11 feet from our toilet access. And the joint connection of cast iron to clay material here does appear to have a break on the bottom right corner from about the 3 o'clock to the 6 o'clock position. This does appear to be an open break in the piping, where a section of clay is actually missing from the joint connection. As a structural compromise, we will recommend this for repair. At about 12 feet and 13 feet, we do have additional breaks in the piping. 12 feet, that break is at about the 2 o'clock position, with a crack continuing down towards the joint. We have another break from about the 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock position, as well as a hole in the top of the piping at about 13 feet. All structural concerns for repair. Crack in the line at about 14 feet from about the 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock positions. You see open separation here. Structural concern, recommend for repair. An additional hole in the top of the piping at about 16 feet. Recommend for repair. We have a minor fracture in the line at about 22 feet, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock position, running along the side of the joint. This fracture does not appear to be as much of a structural concern, as we do not see any movement to the pipe wall. However, our crack directly afterwards at about 24 feet does appear to be more of a structural concern. Runs from about the 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock position. We do see some separation at about the 7 o'clock position, so we will recommend this for repair. There's an offset in our clay PVC joint connection at about 30 feet. However, the offset does not show any dirt or root intrusion and does not affect flow through the line. It is not as much of a structural concern for us. Same with our offset at about 34 feet. Joint connection does appear to be holding water, so we do not believe it has been compromised. However, no debris is held here. We do have another break at a joint connection at about 50 feet. Where a section of the clay has broken away from the piping wall. Separation here, recommendation for repair. And our apparent city tap connection as confirmed by the City of Golden, located at about 52 feet. This was the joint connection we saw from the initial inspection of the city's line, that we could see breakage and damage to the clay on the opposite side coming from the city line. We're seeing continued breakage here on the top, where we see some separation and offsetting of the joint connection, as well as a section of the clay missing on the bottom. You see jagged clay from about the 3 o'clock to the 8 o'clock position. Given what we've seen on the city side as well as from our assessment here, we will recommend this for repair. Throughout our clay sections of piping, we are seeing various tie-ins to our mainline plumbing. We cannot exactly confirm what exactly these tie-ins are currently servicing or used to service. It's possible one of these connections may be coming from the washer line, which we will be unable to test during our visit today. And it's possible one was for an abandoned kitchen line connection, which we are attempting to run now, but I believe has been rerouted to the interior of the property to run directly through our mainline plumbing. We'll see if we get any flow out of our previous tie-in connection back here, which does not seem to be connecting to the kitchen. This may be where that washer line connects. The kitchen line does appear to be running through our interior plumbing. That flow we're seeing right now is coming from that kitchen line. As seen by that flow running directly into our cracked section here, this also explains why we were not getting flow down to the city connection from the other inspection. Throughout our cast iron section here, we do appear to see a fissure in the bottom of the cast iron. That begins back into piping. Back here at approximately 9 feet, so we are going to recommend this section for repair as a structural compromise to the cast iron. Downstairs in our closed off unfinished section of the basement, we can see where our PVC piping here and cast iron are connecting together. We are reducing from a 4-inch line from this toilet to a 3-inch cast iron line for the remainder of this section. Given a reduction in a potential flow restriction, we'll recommend this for repair as well.